Boys and girls, welcome back. This is Bunjamin Bok Choi. We are 5 days away from the release of F123, and I had a pretty decent match in War Thunder, so I figured I'd throw it up. We are in the American Key 61-1B. I don't know if this plane is considered OP or not, but I suck at this game, and I do quite well in this plane, so I think it's OP. Beginning of the match here, we are up in altitude. We are the highest on our team. I think there's only one other plane higher than us, which was an enemy bomber. Now, I figured these two 190s were going to be an issue, but it really wasn't. This 190 here decides to stall climb for us, and then the other 190 just continues flying like we don't even exist. Now, once Lord Fondue realizes that he can't reach up to us, he starts diving away, but when he does, it's just like he completely forgets that we're here and just doesn't check his 6 as we just start diving down at him, and he continues to fly in a straight line. So this will probably be the easiest kill anybody will ever get in War Thunder. So now the other 190 dives down into the furball where the enemy team already has an advantage anyway, so I'm not really quite sure why he didn't stick with the other 190. We are at a disadvantage. I think we have about 3 or 4 friendlies down there, and almost the entire enemy team is in that furball at this moment right now. So I'm just trying to shed some speed off as there's nobody else above us or even close to us in altitude. Everybody's down on deck right now. So I want to shed off some speed so I don't compress when I hit that furball. And we did quite well in this match just because of the practicing the basics of dogfighting, which is gaining altitude and then prioritizing. So as you can see, there's a 190, a 109, and a Mosquito. I was going to line up for the 190, but the 109 decides to stall climb and stalls himself out. We get another easy kill for kill number 2. So there's a J22, a Mosquito, a Hurricane, and a 190. I was going to go after the 190 as he extended and he's all out there by himself, but then the J22 kind of presents himself a little bit. I got some more friendlies coming in, so I decided to go after this J22. Now the 190 is only a few kilometers, or a few kilometers away, I should say, so I only have one chance of having a run at the J22 before I have to go defensive. Let off some rounds, miss completely. The 190 comes in. I climb up like a moron, almost kind of stalling myself out, but we do get guns on the 190 and manage to avoid his rounds. We put some damage in the 190. Mosquito decides to try and spray from over a kilometer away and misses completely, but then our friendly P39 guns him down. So now there's only a Hurricane, a 190, and a J22 left, and obviously the 190 is probably the most dangerous. The Hurricane looks slow. I think he might have taken some damage, so we're going to go after the 190 right now, as the J22 is just too slow and too big and bulky to do anything. So I thought this 190 was going to turn it in and dogfight, but at the last moment he turns away and just gives us his 6. Now he's been on the deck this entire time, so he's going to be just low and slow, so he can't really do anything. He can't even roll, and even though we have bad accuracy with our guns, we eventually do shoot him down for kill number 3. J22 decides to start spraying at us. Our friendly P39 is off to our 9 o'clock now, shooting down the Hurricane. So now the only plane left in the vicinity is this J22, who should be pretty easy to mop up. Now we just go around, up and over, let him kind of fly on through, and then we just drop right back down onto his 6. Now the friendly P39 goes head on, or almost goes head on. The J22 moves out of the way. We let off some rounds here, set the J22 on fire. I can't get the kill here, but I figured he was going to go crash into the ground. Now the P39 tries to take the kill, but he must have missed completely, because when the J22 burns out, we get credited with our 4th kill. P39 picked up some damage at some point. He's not going to make it back to the airfield. So the only planes left now are 2 either bombers or strike planes. I wasn't quite sure at this point. And myself and this P51C, who's been bombing bases the entire match for some reason. I don't know why. Now I was going to go back and rearm, but I saw a dot behind us. At this point, I think I still had about 400 rounds left. So we turn back around. It turns out to be a 110. Now, I don't really play strike planes and bombers all that much, so I don't know where their gunners are, like these specific models of the 110s. I don't know where their tail gunners and side gunners are, so I'm going to try and stay above him just because I don't think they have top turret gunners. And then I underestimate the turning ability of the 110 and almost get shot down here because I'm an idiot. But we managed to avoid his guns, and I just want to stay above him and continue to just boom and zoom from above. So it doesn't look like he has anybody shooting at me right now, so I think this is a pretty decent angle. We get a shot on one of his engines. He starts smoking, and up we go once again. I was hoping he was going to crash because the Doe 217 just popped up behind us, but the 110 managed to stay up in the air, so we have to circle around and go back for another run. But luckily, we don't get shot down as we start pulling in. He does start letting off with some of his turret gunners, but we get the kill anyway for our 5th and final kill. Now, the 217 got a round on us and emptied our water tank from one round. I know this is a Key 61. It's practically made of paper. It's not like a Zero. It's a little bit more durable than a Zero, but it's still a Japanese plane. So we got some damage on 217. I had to type in the chat to pretty much force the P-51 to come and help us. He dropped his bombs off at that base and then came back and got the kill on the 217. So we ended up winning and we got an ace anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you think I've earned it, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Remember to EO Bok Choy, and I'll see you next year for the launch of F-124.